Hi, my name is Sylvia from Noni New Creations, and today we've got a very special project on. We're going to make a mousse. And this mousse is very special because one of my members requested this for a gentleman who's very poorly, and his name is Bruce. So this is Bruce, and I'm going to show you how to make him. Right, so I've got all my pattern bits printed out, and this is only to give me a guide how much fabric I need, but that will also be shown on the design instruction sheet, so you don't have to worry about it too much. I've cut out all my bits of fabric. You have to follow it in the order that it's shown, and that it's shown on the step-by-step printout that you'll get with the pattern, otherwise you're going to be in big problems. I also got the my hoop ready, and I've cut out all the stabilizer. I'm using medium weight stabilizer for this. Okay, let's start. The first hooping is going to be the arms and the legs and the ears, and the first color is going to show you the placement line where you're going to put your fabric. It just uses a basting stitch. It's done the outline, and now I'm going to place my fabric to cover that. And you can just hold it while the machine stitches it. It's going to baste it again. Okay, it's done the basting around it, and now I'm going to place some water soluble because it's going to stitch out the hooves, and I'm going to tape it on either side so it doesn't pucker up. I've put the tape around the corners, and now we're going to start stitching the hooves. It's stitched out the hoofs, and now I'm going to remove the water-soluble stabilizer, and I'm going to put the other bit of fabric on top, right side facing down. Right, I've removed the water-soluble, and we're going to place the other bit of fabric right on top. And I'm going to secure it with some tape. It's now going to stitch out the last color, and that is going to do the outline of the arms and legs and the ears. It's all finished stitching now, and what you have to do now is cut it along the lines, turn it inside out, and stuff it lightly, and I'll show you that in a minute. We're now going to do the antlers and the tail, and it's going to do a placement line where you're going to put your fabric. Right, the placement lines, they're a bit light. I should have done it a bit darker so you could see it. We're going to put the fabric on top. And the other one on top, so right sides facing each other. and that's for the antlers, and then we're going to put a little bit of fabric there for the tail. I've secured both fabrics, and now we're going to stitch out the last color, and that's going to do the outlines. The last color now is going to do the outline of the antlers and of the tail. The machine's finished stitching the outline, and it's got a line right here, and this is where you're going to cut it, and that'll be exactly half, so you have two of them. So trim neatly around the edges, and then I'm going to show you later on how to turn it inside out. Right, here are all the extra bits, his spare parts, and I've turned those, but I'm just going to show you how to turn it. These are hemostats. You just stick it right down and try to grab some fabric and close it, and then you gently twist and pull it out, and then you can just straighten it. We're going to do the same with this tail. Just get a little bit in there, lock it, and then pull it. And you see how easy it is. Now these will be a bit trickier. Again, go right to the end, put some fabric in it, and lock it, and then pull it. And then what I do is I get a crochet hook or anything similar to that, and you have to gently press these things out. It takes a bit of time and a bit of patience, but it's good for you. A little bit of patience never hurt anybody. See? They come out nicely. You can feel the fabric in here, and you just sort of twist it. Don't twist too hard, otherwise you go through it. The last one. Here it comes. You just sort of twist it gently, and because it's a crochet hook, it's not really sharp on the end. Try this bit. Sometimes you just have to fiddle with it for a while. Here we go, it's all done. And now the ear, same way, get your hemostats out, grab a bit at the end, lock it, and just pull. And then you just, so it's quite simple really. Do it again, get the fabric in there, lock it. Oops, it's not locked. And those are his ears, and I'll do that one in a minute. Okay, and then you're going to lightly stuff them up till about here. I don't personally stuff the ears, but you can if you like, and just stuff a little bit of the tail. Okay, now we're going to do the next step. Right, now we're going to do the back, and it's very important that you've done the antlers and the tail before, because with this you're going to need the tail. So if you haven't done that, go back and do the antlers. This just gives you a guideline where the fabric is going to be placed. Right, you see this line here, you're going to have to line your fabric up with that, and you're going to do the right side up. And I'm going to be really sneaky here and use these things here, but you're going to have to tape yours down. Okay, now I'm going to put it back in the hoop. It's now going to do a center line, so that gives you an idea where, when you place this on top of the front later on, it gives you an idea where it goes. Next, it's going to do the placement line for the tail. So this is the placement line here for the tail. So the tail's going to go like that. So we're going to have to turn it around to have it sitting properly. And here we go. We are now going to place the second bit of fabric on top, right side facing down. And if you don't have magnets, you'll have to tape it down or pin it down. Okay, we're going to put it back in the machine now. This is the last color stitch out, and it's going to do the shaping of the back. Right, I've done it, stitched the outline, and what you got to do is cut like that, just about 1/4 inch all around. Make sure you do a little snip here, and I'll cut it like that, but I'll show you in a minute what it will look like. We're now going to do the face, and it's going to do an outline where you're going to put your fabric. I'm going to place the fabric on top, right side facing up, and I'm also going to put some water soluble on it because we're going to embroider the eyes and that. First thing it's going to do is the white of the eyes. it's done the white of the eyes, and now we're going to do the black. Right, it's done all the black outlining and the pupils and the mouth. Now it's going to do the highlight in the eyes. Right, now it's going to do color 6, which is going to be the outline of the nostrils. Right, next what you got to do is remove the water soluble. Right, these two placement lines here. I don't know whether you can see it. Let's have a look. Right here and there. We're going to use to place the fabric, and I will show you how to do that. Right. Okay, this the line here, you can hardly see that one here, but let's get a straight bit. So you're going to put your fabric just over that, and then you're going to take it back to the machine, and it's going to do the muzzle. It's now going to stitch out the outline of the muzzle. Right, what you got to do now is take the stabilizer away, and then you're going to trim right around here, and you leave the top bit as it is, but I'll show you in a minute. Okay, I'm just going to cut around his muzzle. I'll just give a little snip here and a little snip there. Just cut this off. So you should have something looking like that, and you can now turn it. And here he is, old Bruce. That's his head. So he's looking pretty good, isn't he? Okay, now we're going to do the last bit. Right, now we're going to do the last bit, and it's going to have a bit of applique on it, because I know you all like to personalize it. So here we go. The first color is going to be the outline again. The machine stitched out the outline of the body, and this line here, this is where we're gonna line our fabric up to. It's just stitching the outline of the body. it's now going to do the outline for the applique. It's not all the stitching around here, and I'm just going to trim really tightly around the stitch line. It's done all the decorative stitch around the applique, and now we're going to put the name Bruce on and you obviously can put anything you like on there. We've done the name, and now we're going to start placing the limbs, and this is going to be the placement line for the arm. I've lightly stuffed these, they're not really thick, okay, and I've left the top bit empty, and you just place the arm there and you start sewing. Okay, next it's going to do the placement line of the leg. So that was the placement line for the leg. Right, so the leg's going to hang down like that, so make sure the embroidery is on top, and we're just going to turn it over. Make sure the top bit is empty, hasn't got any stuffing in it, otherwise you break your needle. Next is the placement line for the other leg. And again, this is the way it's going to be, so you turn it over. Now the placement of the other arm. So the arm is going to go like that. Now we're going to have to place the head, and what we're going to do is, as you can see right here, there's extra fabric. We're going to line that up with this line here. And if you want, you can tape it. It's a bit tricky. Here's my blue tape. Here we are. And then we take it to the machine and stitch it. Okay, we've now stitched his head on, and it should look like this underneath. And you just flatten his face out, make sure it looks straight, and then you can tape it on either side, and then we're going to put the antlers and the ears on. So the first thing is going to be one of his antlers. It's going to sit like that, so you got to turn it around and place it and then stitch. I'm going to tape the antler down so it doesn't get in the way. And we're going to do the placement of the ear. Here's the ear, and I'm going to pinch it a bit, put it upside down, and place it here. Okay, I've done the placement line for the other ear, and we're just now going to attach it. This is the placement line for the other antler. We're going to have to fold up his muzzle. You have to make sure it's not on the stitching line. And then we're going to do the same with the antlers. Okay, tuck the ears in good. Do the same with the antlers. And the arms and the legs. They look pretty good. I'll tape them down too. The secret is to get this really tight so you don't have too much bulk. Okay, that looks pretty good. And here we've got his body at the back, and we're going to line that up. The center. And I'm going to pin this, making sure this is all in the middle. Everything's pinned, and I've made sure that the pins aren't in the stitching area. Okay, and I'm now going to put the hoop back into the machine. And we're going to start stitching. Finished stitching now, and what I'm going to do now, before I remove any of the little magnets, I'm going to make sure I haven't gone over anything I'm not supposed to. So I'm just going to remove the hoop from the machine. Right, he's all stitched out, and now I'm going to cut right around, making sure I get a little nib in the corners. And we're going to have to fill up his muzzle in a minute, and I shall show you how to do that. But first I'm going to cut it. I'm going to turn Bruce inside out. Hopefully all his bits and pieces will come out and aren't stuck. Bit of bondage here. And here he is, ready to be stuffed. And what you have to do for his muzzle, you go inside here, and you can feel there's a hole here, and you can fill it up. You can fill it as much as you like, and you'll be all ready. I'm just gonna stuff his muzzle. See, and then his head. And here he is, all finished stuffing and sewn up. And there's this little back here. Make sure you take the basting thread out. And now he's ready to join the rest of his family. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helped you making the moose. And I'll see you next time. Thanks very much. Bye.